Yeah. Grazi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you, Ayla. So we have Ayla Brown here, and she's not only all this star, but has become our friend too, and the face of Solomon Pond and Hey Kiddos. She's been helping us with a lot of, advertising and promoting us. So we are here today at our podcast.
Yes.
And we chose a name that I guess it correlates Hey Kiddos, which is Hey Mom. So we're going to be talking about everything that a mom does, right?
That's great. So you're saying that Hey Kiddos, obviously, if you've been here, actually, maybe people don't know because this is such a separate business too, even though they're connected. Hey Kiddos is the most incredible play place for kids and families and caretakers who want to bring their young ones to come and let out the energy.
Exactly.
Play, learn, interact, eat. You literally have everything here. Mm-hmm. And I know for so many months, because I kept coming back, you kept building out to different rooms. Yes. And finally, we're in the Hey Mom podcast room. I'm so excited for you. Right. So that makes sense. You have Hey Kiddos and now Hey Mom. So is this your baby? You're the mama of the baby.
Yes. Everything got, started when I became a mom. So that's why I guess Hey Mom, it really suits, this. So since I was, I had Zoe very little, and I would take her to places that wasn't so fun, and we needed to. I always dream of a place that was safe, clean, that it just when you go in, it smells good and fresh, and that you can have like some relaxed time because the little ones. As you know, they run wild and they go everywhere. It's hard to keep them, safe. And this place has gates. We have monitors that are watching them. Not only us, we can relax a little bit, and then we can bring their food, or we also have a cafe, so we can offer food for moms and the little ones. So it's a place that I always wanted to have when my kids were young. Even though now they're already 11 and 8.
That's okay. It was a dream early in the making.
Yeah.
Do they come here and do they enjoy it as well?
Yes. So Bella, my youngest, she's 8 and she wants to be here every single day.
You're like, Bella, you got to go to school.
No,
she's like, no.
Sometimes when my husband comes, Claudio, he comes early, and then she was like, where's Papa? I want to go with him, And she all the time she wants to be here. She loves to stay with our monitors. They always, love Bella. She's very curious and she likes to talk, and she's kind of a little boss as well.
Oh my gosh.
So she keeps track if everybody.
She's like, there's no toilet paper in the bathrooms. Come on, people.
Or, no, Mom, I think they were using their iWatch, like they shouldn't be, because we kind of, there's a lot of young kids that work here. Yeah. So no phone usage, obviously. So they be very attentive to the kids, helping out the mamas. So, so we try to keep less, electronics. So, teenagers, they get very distracted. So, so then Bella goes like, I think they've been using too much their watch.
Hilarious.
But it was like, it's okay, honey,
What's it like being a mom of 2 girls? Because my mom is also a mom of my sister and I. I have a younger sister. She's about 2.5 years younger than me. And we are so different in so many ways. And I think that that's really cool and interesting for us now as adults, because when we were kids, we had nothing in common, but now we have so many more things in common, and we find the beauty in our the things that are not similar. So she's a veterinarian. She loves animals. I am like scared of almost every animal. It's so weird. And we've had reptiles living in our house. We've had bunnies. We've had dogs. She owned a horse at one time. And I'm like, I can't even get near most of these things unless they're in a cage. And so she's like, you want to see my snake or something? You're like, no, get that out of here. Like, so we're so different in a lot of ways. And she wouldn't be caught dead on a camera. She doesn't like this side of things, where I have been kind of performing my whole life. So what is it like with the dynamics of your 2 girls and being a mom?
It's funny because when we got pregnant, I always thought I was going to have a boy. And his name was going to be Noah. And I was like, so, and then when I found out it was a girl, I was like, really? So I did it, the ultrasound again and again to make sure that
like,
was
are
it.
you sure?
But then I always love, I'm always been a girly and like pink and this and that. Then I just went and bought everything pink and brought to Claudio to show him that we were having a girl, because he was been going with me to the ultrasounds. But then by the time on the fourth one, he was like, I have to work, honey, so I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, right. I understand
because she was
that.
always hiding, so they couldn't really see. But then I had Zoe, and then I wanted another girl as well.
Yeah.
It's just they're so cute, and then girls, you can put the bows and this and that, and I love doing that. So when Bella came, she didn't really like the same kind of outfits that Zoe would. Because
and you're like, I've already bought all these.
And then people would say, I think she's more like a tomboy. I'm like, I don't like that. Saying that word of like, she's girly, but she was more. She always wanted a little bit more comfortable clothes, like, jersey kind.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, but now that she's getting older, she really wants to do all that Zoe does. So it's funny because, when the oldest is like the leader, right?
Yes.
And then even though Bella, her personality, she'll definitely be a leader, but she follows a little bit Zoe. But then, it's interesting because we raise them exactly the same usually, but everyone has their own personality. And I see them now. I see Zoe as me when I was a teenager, and Bella as my youngest, and they look a lot like me, even though Zoe has daddy's eyes.
Yeah.
But it's like I can see myself. And I think that's the interesting
crazy,
part,
right?
Like I see, oh my gosh, I was just like that, and the temper, or like it's very, very funny.
It feels weird when you see your children and they remind you of yourself. And my two boys, I have two boys, which I am very grateful for, because I prayed to God that I would have a boy at first, and I did. And I was like, I am a tomboy. I very much love comfortable clothes. I played sports growing up. I never really got along with the girly girls at school. It just wasn't my thing. So I was like, how could I have a girly girl when I don't even know what that's like? Yeah. And God blessed me with a boy, and I loved it so much that when we found out we were pregnant again, I'm like, I just hope it's another boy, similar to what you felt like about having another girl. And God blessed me with another boy. And it's just like, they look nothing like me, which is crazy. They look so much like my husband and like his side of the family. Mm-hmm. But there's personality of me that I see come out in each of them when they do certain things. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm looking at myself, even though they don't look like me, but I see myself right now. Right. And that's a funny feeling to have. Now, what do you think your girls, because now they're of age to like understand that this is what you do for a living. You have built a business, you've taken risks, you've done it with your husband, who you obviously are married to and love, and unless it's an act, you guys are the sweetest couple.
Years.
Oh my gosh. I love to see your love. It feels very supportive and kind and gentle. And I've been around you guys now a few times to just feel that. Mm-hmm. So what do you think your girls think when they see you kind of pursuing your work dreams?
I think they are inspired.
Yeah.
So much as that Zoe, I was going to say, so Bella wants to be here playing and being the boss. Kind of like she always said when she was little, what do you want to be when you grow up? She would say, mommy. So she really,
that was fun.
So she really follows and she's very attached. She loves to be with daddy, but she's like, she still showers with mommy.
Yeah.
She wants to be and
wants to be
snuggling
with you.
and she just loving being together and like it's funny because I tell her when she was in the womb, she was sitting, and we joke that she was saying, I'm not going to leave this place, because I'm being fed and I'm comfortable.
Yes.
But that's how my Bella is. And then Zoe, she's very artistic. I think you got a little glimpse of her the other day.
Yeah, and we'll talk about her in a second.
She says she wants to be, she said she wants to be in TV.
Okay.
Not only singing, but she wants to be in like a, I don't know, like not a movie, like those shows that they do and that they sing, like musical things, And she just loved this place. So this space right here, the HK Production Studio and Podcast, was like created especially thinking of Zoe.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah,
okay.
because we have that artistic, on her, and
she's 11, right?
She's 11.
Okay.
And she knows how to play the guitar, and
Yeah.
she loves to sing. She writes her songs, and we, I said, why not? We need a space for it.
Yeah.
And now that this, the whole world is changing, and a lot of podcasts are happening, and I think if we had the space for, why not
not?
Create the studio, but also a space that people can just come in and sit and talk about maternity or anything. That, right?
Yeah.
Basically you can just create the space for it, based on what you want to talk about it.
So let's talk about the space. It is a beautiful room. I think I have been doing TV and music almost my entire adult life since I was 17 years old. That's when I was on American Idol. And I tell people I have always had a microphone in my hands since that age. I am 37 now. It's been like 20 years of communicating, singing, being in rooms like this. And I will say, as someone who has been in many rooms, this is very special. There's a lot of ways the sound gets absorbed, which I know this is very technical, but it means a lot because sounds aren't bouncing around. Like the natural wood tones, they don't just give this aesthetic of gorgeous beauty. They're actually like helping from a sonic perspective, and that's really special. But then you have like different places that you can set up. I know that there's a table here too that people can come in and host meetings or multiple guests, like a round table discussion, no pun intended. There's a table that you can set up here. So I'm just blown away by it, and I think that people should absolutely come here and rent it. So that's what I'm assuming people can do. They can go on the Hey Kiddos Playtime.com, and then there's a podcast section now. Exactly. And they can learn about this room and see the different types of things that they can
get all the information, pricing on the website. So it's very easy peasy. You just go there, schedule just like people book their birthday parties on the website. They'll find the studio there, and they can just schedule their time, either for record a song for a band or just the podcast itself. So, and
they can host their own. They can obviously, actually, they probably don't even have to bring any equipment. Everything is here. You have microphones, stands, cameras, and a production engineer as well, who's going to make sure everything looks good, sounds good, and then edits it at the end.
Exactly. You can have the whole product ready to go.
Wow.
And post it. So we have the space for it. Because a lot of people, they want to do that, but sometimes they, like you said, they don't have the good or nice space or quiet space in their house or any other place. So this is open not only for people who have kids, because obviously Hey Kiddos, it's for parents who bring their kids, but we have a separate entrance so they can just hear and schedule their time.
I think that's incredible, because I host a news podcast, and it's very formal and stuff, and it's the top news of the day, and I love what I do, and I go into a room that we have set up as a studio, and I record at night, which is great because I get to be there with the kids. But sometimes it's just people, like you said, don't have the space at their house. They don't have the equipment, and of course they don't have a room that looks ready to go like this.
And this is like cozy, right? You just feel at home. Like
cozy.
It's
I love the lighting, the uplights. I love everything about this, and I just really hope that we can spread the word, because podcasting is very big right now. And I think that everyone has their own voice, and they can discover it on their own time.
They just want to talk about either their life or their business or whatever it's in their mind, right? And so we do have the space for it. And like I said, you don't have to necessarily come during our business hours for Hey Kiddos, we can schedule different time, because right now we are going back to school time, another school year, and I have a middle schooler now.
Oh my gosh, too much.
Yesterday I was at dropping her, and I thought I was going to be there for orientation day. It was like,
they're like, bye.
Mom, it's just parents. Like,
peace out.
My heart.
Yeah, my kids are too young right now to go to school, and a part of me
Believe
is
me,
like,
the first time I ever brought Zoe to school, I was there, Ayla, driving around the school for the whole 2 hours.
No, you weren't.
Crying, and Claudia I was talking to him on the phone, and he was crying on the other side.
Of course.
And it was like, I don't know what's happening. I want to, I
Yeah.
just want to see her and get her out of there. And it's like, oh, but then, I mean, every year, obviously, when we drop them, it's just like, we just see them,
Grow up.
growing. And it's
Yeah.
amazing to see, but it's like, where is our baby?
Your baby is growing up. I hate to tell you that, but it's a good thing. And I just want to wrap up here by just saying that this is the place. It's a place where your kids are going to grow up and see you and say, I want to be just like mom, because look at what she and dad built together. And they're doing it as a unit. They're spreading the word. They're doing this so organically. You couldn't be in a better place than the Solomon Pond Mall, by the way. With the management here, I'm grateful that I get to be a small part of your growth. And I've seen Hey Kiddos grow over time in the past year.
You know that, right?
I know.
It's our anniversary. And by the way, like, we are having a, full whole weekend of fun. We're
That's
going to have
great.
magician, face painting, a lot of free stuff for people, But, and it's amazing to see that we created this,
You did.
and obviously we had Lord helping us, God has been amazing to us and our family, We've been through a lot of battles, but we did it, with his help and with our faith and with a lot of good people around us, a lot of, we need that community. Of good people. And I trust that Lord put everybody in our life for a reason, and somehow everything comes together.
Yeah.
And it's just been a blessing, a real blessing to be here. And that's what I tell moms. This is a very comfortable space for them to be. And I always tell our team that, listen, sometimes a mom is going to come here rushing because they want to get out of their house just to have a little bit of peace, because they have like a very long night. They couldn't sleep with their little ones. Just like hug them, welcome them with open arms, because sometimes they just need a little bit of, a good time and a relaxed time just to be with them, or just to watch their kids from afar so they can
drink a coffee. Oh my gosh, the coffees here are so good. And the fresh squeezed orange juice. I did an entire Instagram post about the orange juice, so I'm passionate about it.
And have you tried our smoothies? Because
I haven't tried the smoothies yet. Gosh, but people who come here every day, I'm sure they have. And if you have not been to Hey Kiddos or Hey Mom Productions, or no, sorry, HK Productions, but Hey Mom Podcast Studio, then you must book. I will say, go to the website, do it quickly, because this is going to be the busiest and most exciting year for you and your growth. And I'm already predicting it now that this is going to be the spot to record. So I wish you luck. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Cheers with our
Ayla.
coffees.
It's always a pleasure having you here with us.
Thanks.
Thank you.